Hi, hi.
Hello there.
Welcome. Welcome. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Really good.
Fantastic.
Sitting up straight.
Ta-da. And then what's this thing?
That's my hex medallion. Nice bling.
You like the logo?
We are going to play a game.
Okay, sure. Why not?
I'm going to invite you to pick a card.
Pick a card. Any card.
And based on what that card says, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
One word.
One word.
One word. Okay, here we go. Ready? In one word.
In one word.
Who is Richard Hart?
Just one word.
God.
Messiah.
Legendary.
Hero. Master.
The benevolent king. I don't want to say God because everyone's going to say God.
Winner.
Genius.
Savior.
I'm the best human being in crypto. I raised the most money for charity. I produced the most self-help videos. I made a cryptocurrency that went up 1,000,000%.
Whether you like him or you don't, he is genuine.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. $250,000.
Hex.
In one sentence, what is Hex?
The best crypto asset in the world.
Cryptocurrency. Put it away for a period of time and it basically multiplies.
So instead of offering the 2% you get when you put your money into a savings account, with Hex you can get APY of up to 40%.
The longer you stake, you lock in your coins, the more interest you earn.
Which pays the most incredible rate of interest I've ever come across. Around about 40% APY.
You can just stake your hex and enjoy the gains.
Hex is freedom. There's no other word for it.
This is the best potential in the entire world. If you get this right, you never have to work again a day in your life. If you get it wrong, you lose everything.
Okay, next card.
Hexicans.
Hexicans.
Who are hexicans?
We are here right now!
The strongest, most loyal community in crypto.
I'm a full-time Mexican. I got a tattoo that proves it.
Richard Hart supporting, crypto-loving, money-making enthusiasts.
Anyone who has bought into the philosophy of Hex.
Fix the money, fix the world, and that's what we're here to do.
Hex is the only real crypto out there.
They can cut through the bull crap. Can I say bullshit? They just cut through the fucking bullshit, right?
All right, next card.
It says?
Scam.
Is Hex a scam?
Richard explained it a lot of times on stream why it isn't a scam or a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid or something like that.
So you're saying Richard told me that the thing he made isn't a scam, therefore it's not a scam?
Is Hex a scam?
Scam.
That's a ridiculous idea.
It's one of those things, one of those words that's difficult to shake off.
No, this is definitely not a scam.
This is the closest thing that you could call a Ponzi scheme.
So go show me the person that's been scammed.
All promises are met. Why scam?
One article entitled Richard Hart's Hex Token is a brilliant scam.
There's got to be something deep down on why you're saying this.
Sorry, Richard, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I don't like the way he acts. He richer and has more bigger dick than me. Not fair.
He's just not a scam artist.
These are the people that call Bitcoin a scam when Bitcoin was 10 cents. So you're only gonna miss out.
You've conned people into taking a worthless currency that you create for nothing.
Because they don't like him, they know that he's smarter than they are.
He looks like a carny man with the suits, that guy. I mean, he plays the part.
What Hex is doing is creating more millionaires and perhaps billionaires than anything ever before.
You know, there are a lot of haters.
Blocked by CoinDesk, blocked by Cointelegraph, blocked by everybody.
You know, the performance will speak for itself.
I think it's gonna free a lot of people, free from the struggles that we have.
I think we should just talk about what it really does and stop there.
Okay, and we are set for you, Richard. Richard, how do you choose your outfit today?
I'm just trying to shock people, man.
First, it's hot, right? So tank top, nice. Second, it's real colorful, you know? So you stand out. You can see there's something going on 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet. You wear something in black, can't people tell something's cool going on?
And what are on those wrists of yours?
Oh, these here? This here is $3.1 million of watches. 2 most expensive Rolexes ever made.
Well, what are some of the other things you can brag about?
Oh, I got a big dick. I mean, got a lot of money. What do you like? Got a lot of cars, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley, Lyft, G-Wagon.
I heard something about the diamond?
Oh, I got the world's biggest diamond. I always forget that. That's funny. I know the world's biggest diamond. You don't. I do. Cool, huh? Got a 145 IQ.
Let's bring people into this a little bit more.
Okay.
Where are we doing the interview right now, Richard?
Oh, I don't tell people where I'm at, man. When people know where you live on the internet, they send a SWAT team to fuck with you.
And in agreeing to make this movie, what do you want people to know about you?
I don't really give a shit if people know about me. I'm just a tool for the message. Like, I want to make the world a better place. I want people to be happier, healthier, stop gambling, stop trading, stop drinking, invest in their future, delay gratification, make a lot of money. I want to make people millionaires. I've made thousands of millionaires. I just want to do more of that. And it wasn't happening at the speed that I wanted it to. So we want to 10x, 100x the size of the community. You got to scream real loud to punch through the noise. So this here is me screaming.
Hey, big guy, what's happening?
Hey, what are you doing, Roy?
One of the cryptos that I really got in deep with has taken off and done 10,000 times returns and just made me, I guess you can say, permanently wealthy. Fortunately and unfortunately, I have to move on.
That's crazy. That is wow.
Basically, buddy, I'm the richest man you've ever known.
Well,
you know, I dream of crypto changing the world, fixing the money, and saving a lot of different people from being wrecked. I'm uneducated. I finished high school barely. I had just kind of awoken from my drug-induced drunken stupor from the recovery home I was in, and I went looking for a job. There was a building that said help wanted. That company happened to be a rigging company. That's where I started my millwright career, sweeping floors, moved into the yard and then into the trucks. So what that's done to me is over the last 30 years, I've got 8 herniated discs in my neck and back. A lot of us are panicking. A lot of the guys that I worked out there hard with are sitting in a place and they're uneasy and they don't know what they're gonna do, and their 401ks look like 104ks and they don't have a pot to piss in. That's what bothers me, and that's the one thing that I dream about, is fixing that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Like Christmas, huh? Yeah. Trichome hat.
Whatever the governments have been doing with the currency systems and the money systems over the last 20, 50 years, it's not worked out. Your money has never been worth less than it is today. You've never been able to get less with your dollar than you can now. You're at all-time lows purchasing power. Why? Because they keep printing it like it's a joke and they'll never stop. And so you have to opt out of that system. Maybe into something that I designed that's amazing, but there's other things that are okay too, and they're all better than losing all your money to inflation.
That's where we're at. What's gonna fix that? People should be learning about what cryptocurrencies can do for money. Because if you fix the money, you fix the world. So today, I look at crypto as being the modern day equivalent to the pirating, because we're about to start taking it back from the banks. Ahoy, crypto pirates! Chatting with the captain on your Discord syndicate. I am the captain, RG3, here to bring you a new show, a new look. The pirate has arrived, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Woo! What's going on here is that cryptocurrency was invented 12 years ago, and it's finally come to fruition. Crypto was supposed to be created and dropped on the community, on the global community. And the global community was supposed to get behind it, rally behind it, build on it, and take it to the world. It's about the community. And that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be the guy that brought the community to what I saw as the greatest cryptocurrency that's ever been created. And that's Hex. The blood of Furuz is upon my chest because tonight I'm gonna chum the waters for you guys. I've got wallets here that I can show you guys. This one here, I have 87 of them coming up. This one is for $319,000. Fucking dollars. Not Hex, dollars. 319,000 for 1 month. Month after that, $34,000. And it goes on and on and on. Because I invested and I put it away and did a time lock on it, that's the kind of returns that I'm getting. I got a buddy, a real good buddy.
Hey, it's Mikey, how are ya?
And it's probably, you know, a general saying out there. It's like, you call up your buddy and you just say, give me your credit card, I'm gonna make you rich.
A lot of times we jump in, him and I, together just because of the trust, not fully knowing what it is.
We had network marketing businesses together, real estate deals, stuff like that.
We actually did one at the beginning back in like 07 where we met. It went really well. And it went a long time getting paid every Friday. Not even Catholic, but every Friday was Good Friday, you know, getting paid.
And that's the kind of relationship that we had, me and my boy Mikey.
My routine's simple. I get up, make breakfast.
Everyone just lines up and like we just get it done.
She keeps it going, man.
Like a conveyor belt, I guess. We just move on down.
No big deal, right?
Constantly shuttling kids somewhere, feeding somebody. When they're at school, it kind of is like, oh, I'm so bored. What should I do?
She is the captain to the ship. We're just all, you know, passengers. Okay.
But then Hex came. And of course, my first thought was, I got to get this to my buddies.
It was, hey, I've got something. It's a winner. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure I laughed, like, because I'd heard my kids even talk about Bitcoin.
Do you know how your air conditioner works? Like, it gives you cold air. Like, we don't necessarily know how something works. I don't know how it all works either, but I know that it will work.
People are buying computer money with their real money and thinking that they're going to get rich someday. What a joke.
I mean, I trust him. Like, I trust him. He's my brother.
If he calls, you can talk to him about life, his wife, his kids, whatever. I don't care. But we're not doing this. Like, we are not getting into this.
I want my kids to be able to do whatever they want in life. And so many people get caught up in the rat race. I want to do whatever I can to preemptively steer them away from that.
I didn't even need to hear your advice.
We sold our house in another state, moved down here, and when we sold that, we had these funds, and we could either let it sit in the bank account, or my thought is like, hey, let's go, put it in this, and watch it grow. I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing this thing, man. We're doing it. All right, here we go. You ready? Let's go. Confirmed. We got the Hex. Let's go. Oh. Time to go tell the wife. Let her know the deed is done. It's irresponsible to not talk to her. But at the same time, it'd be irresponsible to not go forward. I feel like I'm filing for divorce right here. No, here's the deal. You obviously know that RG's been calling, trying to get us to do stuff. You believe they're internet quarters, and
yeah.
I mean, I think we should. I did. I mean, I bought some this morning.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
a lot.
just a little bit. Just.
Like how much?
I put it all in. I went.
Like all what?
All of our house money, most of it. I did like 100,000.
And a mass amount of money is just gone. And there's nothing to show for it. Like there's nothing to say, I had this amount of money and now I own this, or I bought this with it. I was sick, pretty sick. I can't go to Walmart and buy like groceries with my internet coins.
If it sits in the bank, it's not gonna do anything. It's not going
anywhere if it's in the bank.
Instead of thinking it could all disappear, what if it all doubled? What if you doubled your money?
But
I'm not saying we go become...
a family of 7, what if it's a pretty big gamble? Like, he might as well have just written a check and handed it to a stranger in the street is where I feel like
And I just see like this vehicle is just, it's been taken off. And I just don't want to get left behind on it because I've already feel like I've missed the boat a little bit on it. To have so much financial independence that like we wake up when we want, we go to sleep when we want, we do what we want, you know, we don't answer to anybody except for ourselves.
I feel like it's a scam. Like
why is it fake? Like it's real, you can see your numbers, you can see how much we own.
But in an instant, someone could just delete the website and you're done. Like, it's just gone.
Who wants plain and who wants butter?
I don't think he did it to hurt us or because he's like lost his mind for a minute. I definitely think he believes in what he did. I just don't.
No, it's not about Lamborghinis, mansions, and babes, and fur coats, and $5,000 tennis shoes. It's not about any of those things. Hex is the first real cryptocurrency that actually does something. It generates yield. Fix crypto, fix the money, fix the world. This is a letter from the Gemini Exchange. If you would like to continue transacting with Hex, we kindly ask that you withdraw your funds from Gemini. We also recommend filing a complaint with the FBI's Internet Crime Center. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the link. You guys suck. Everybody take your fucking money out of Gemini and don't use those sons of bitches anymore because you know what? They just blew it. They blew it. I want people to see this. I want people to understand what's going on here. Everybody's on these apps now, buying crypto, buying stocks, doing all these and getting involved in it. And it's all a sham.
$1.68 trillion. And now the market, oh! Oh! It went to zero! Yo! Damn! There we go, Squid Games. Sayonara, motherfucker!
Investors crying scam over cryptocurrency inspired by the hit Netflix show Squid Game. The creators of that crypto pulling the plug and vanishing without a trace.
You're saying that management was manipulating the price of the Celsius token.
They were absolutely trading the token to manipulate the price.
Celsius filing for bankruptcy definitely wasn't a surprise. I mean, once a platform suspends withdrawals for customers, freezing all of its users' crypto cash.
I mean, in 1 week, Luna has gone from $80 a token to less than $1.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. No, I don't think that it could be a scam. It's not a possibility of it. Why? Because I trust Richard Hart. I trust him. And every single day I get calls from people that want to know about doggy coins and Shiba Inu and all this other bullshit that's out there. Every fucking day, and then they're calling Richard a scam.
I do more to protect people from getting ripped off than anyone else I know. I've got a Twitter thread of hundreds of things that have failed in cryptocurrency that have lost billions of dollars, and none of my products are ever on it because they work perfectly. If you use cryptocurrency the right way, you have less risk, less middlemen, more efficiency. But if you use it the wrong way, you'll lose all your money. If you give your coins to some other guy that says he's going to give you a little bit more back, he might not. He might just run off with the coins. We see this over and over and over and over and over again. And so if you've been listening to me for that long, you may have done really, really well because you didn't lose all your money in Celsius when they went bankrupt, and I told you to take your money out years earlier. And you didn't get bankrupted when 3 Arrows Capital went bankrupt. And you didn't get bankrupted when Cred went bankrupt. And you didn't lose all your money to all these scams that said they were going to give you more. You didn't pick up pennies in front of freight trains.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning? I'm nosy, so I'm intrigued by other people's business. I have been studying fraud for years, and I am fascinated by the subject. So I am a certified fraud examiner. Fraudsters can be anybody. Anybody. Typically, I think they're very smart. I mean, they see a hole and see an opportunity that a lot of us don't see.
You're not going to meet another person like me as long as you live, and you're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar, but in this case, you are actually going to have regret. And the next time I see you in 6 months, you're going to be like, why didn't you tell me harder? They literally tell you, why didn't you tell me to buy harder?
Lamont is a colleague of mine at DePaul University. He teaches finance. So I'm an accounting professor. He's a finance professor.
So with crypto, you got to do your own research. And so I'm going to study HEX. I'm going to read the white paper. I'm going to try and understand how does the smart contract work? How does staking work? And so together, I think we make the perfect team.
Who wants to lose money? Like, no one. No one. No one ever said, yep, I'm signing up for that. So if you can ask good questions, it'll help us build a better system, maybe a better coin. Asking questions makes people more accountable. When you don't have any accountability, that's when you have a problem.
So most people today think of crypto as an investment. They're just buying Bitcoin or other stuff on their phones because they want to get rich. But the origins of crypto are as money. There's a reason why we call it cryptocurrency. So if you want to understand crypto, you have to go back and understand crypto as money. Good morning, class. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about money. Money is changing. To be honest, no one's quite sure anymore what money really is.
Everyone spends all their time working for money, but money on its own isn't useful. You can't eat it, you can't build a house out of it. Its only utility really is exchanging it for the things that truly have value, which are goods and services. Everything else is just accounting.
So if you go back to the beginning of civilization, there was no money. People who wanted to buy and sell things had to use barter. Money doesn't really have intrinsic value. Gold isn't particularly strong, it's not very good at conducting electricity, but it's scarce and it's beautiful. And so we've given it value as a society. Money is not what a lot of people think it is. A lot of people, when they think about money, they think of, oh, this thing that has value. Pieces of paper, like a $20 bill, that doesn't have any value. We used to be on the gold standard, so a US dollar was redeemable for an ounce of gold. That changed long ago. Its only value is by decree. Someone said it has value.
Our made-up imaginary internet money is better than the government's made-up imaginary internet money. Both of them are only backed by the shared fiction of the humans believing that they have value.
So in 2008, I think the history of money changed forever. That was when the Bitcoin white paper was published on the internet. It is the peer-to-peer electronic cash. It is money without governments, and it is money without banks. It seems crazy to think that our economy is moving online, but our money would not be. This is the paradigm shift of our generation.
So to say that there's this under economy, that people are making real millions, billions in and buying real assets, just feels very, I feel exposed. Like, what is going on? How did I miss all this was happening? And how can I learn about it?
Pretend as though I'm one of your students.
Okay.
First day of class. I don't know what crypto is. What do you tell me?
It's money that you can literally create. Now, what some people don't understand is that the Fed also has this power. The Fed literally prints dollars.
Sure.
So central banks have this power, but in the world of crypto, anyone has this power.
So, okay, money with no physical presence.
Yes.
Second red flag.
All cryptocurrency is it's an Excel spreadsheet on the internet where you need your password to spend your money.
What if I told you Bitcoin is code? Do you trust people or do you trust code?
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's compelling. That's what you keep saying.
Yes. People, the right people who are honest and true and do a good job, I'm gonna put my money with them, but people are fallible. People can be corrupted. People can make bad decisions. The most well-known person actually now probably in crypto is one of the founders of Ethereum. His name is Vitalik Buterin, okay? All right, so Vitalik and some of his friends, they create this new blockchain called Ethereum, which is different than Bitcoin. But then you might ask the question, well, why do we need two different cryptocurrencies? So the real innovation of Ethereum was something called the smart contract. You can't do anything with Bitcoin. It's designed just to transfer funds. Ethereum is more of a platform that you can build things on. A smart contract is more of a tool or a set of code that you can build on the Ethereum blockchain, and now people can interact with that contract.
Do I need to know all of this if I want to?
You're gonna have to know what a smart contract is. So Hex, they like to say it's the first certificate of deposit built on a blockchain.
That seems like a big deal, right?
That's right.
So that
you
means
go to their
you like
website,
it.
you read that, and you're like, again, that sounds compelling. Hex, what makes it totally different from something like Bitcoin is you can put your funds, your Hex, into a smart contract, but they are promising like 40% annual percentage return, 40% APY. I don't know about your CDs at your banks. I mean, we're lucky to make 1%.
You know, I think about the Hexicans and how they have all joined this community. I think if you start to peel the layers back, a lot of them may have some type of vulnerability, some type of insecurity that their founder, their Richard Hart founder, speaks to and makes them feel very good about. And so when you can identify that with people, they tend to follow you. And then you can get them to do whatever you want. Oh, the rollies, my God. If he's really concerned about making the world a better place, then why don't you put some of your money there? I mean, Rolexes and Ferraris and, you know, okay. But what are you about? What are you about without those assets?
Born broke. My dad, he fixed air conditioners and delivered newspapers. And then when I was young, I was with him in diapers, delivered newspapers with him. And I was so small that they could just put me on the dashboard of the van that they would deliver the papers from. I had the best parents ever. My mom and my dad were amazing. They supported me 100% every single way you could support somebody. They worked hard to get me into smart people schools. They worked hard to support me in every single thing I did. As I got older, we did more air conditioning stuff. And in Florida, that's a really hard job because it's very hot. And when they call you, you're going someplace where the AC is broken and you're climbing up into the attic where it's full of fiberglass. There's nails sticking through the roof. If you sit up too high, you get a nail in the back. So it's a really rough job. I have some of those same traits that my dad has, and that I'm super social. I love talking to people. The one thing that I got that my dad, I guess, didn't get so much was this ability to restrict that desire and attach it to value. So now when I go out, I'm saying, like, where's the synergy? What are the right people to be talking about? Where's the right place to be talking about? What's the right thing to be focusing on? And it's weird because now I'm almost absent-minded because I'm so far focused on the future that I let balls drop around me. Like, people are like, oh, you don't know how to get there? I'm like, nope, and I never will, because I don't need to know that once. I need to hire developers, because that pays for the rest of time. Like, the things that we build will continue to work while we're asleep, that will continue to affect this world for decades in the future. And the more I focus on that, I'm okay with not getting the directions right. You know, in this world of very, very complex ideas, you need to drill down as far down one of these paths as you can and become excellent at it, because then you get outstanding rewards. Bitcoin was invented in 2009. So I was already a rich, retired millionaire in 2003, traveling the world. And then I basically got addicted to video games and spent all day, from when I woke up to when I went to sleep, playing video games and reading websites. And so then I had a really strong video card to play video games. Back then, Bitcoin, you could mine it for free on your computer. You just double click an exe and it pops up and it starts mining. And then if you have a video card and you know how to set it up, it would like mine super strong. It would be the equivalent of like 50 computers or 100 computers. So I was mining Bitcoin back in March of 2011 at 50 cents a coin, but I was getting 50 Bitcoin at a time. So I'm bragging about having $25 then, but 50 Bitcoin now is $1.5 million. So then I discovered there was a lot of things wrong with it and I could fix those things and make them better. And so I did. Hex wasn't the original plan. So many things are just discovered emergently, so many things. So Hex was originally going to be a way that people could transmit Bitcoin value on the Ethereum network. And then we were like, all right, well, we also would like it to perform well price-wise, so what can we do? And we introduced these features, and then we want people to tell their friends about it, so we introduced these features. We just kept adding things until one day what we discovered was, oh wow, look what we did. Like, I didn't start out with blockchain time deposit. That's not where we started. I ended up there. I mean, the price is up 4,000 or 5,000 fold in 600 days. And then if you had staked, you would have been up, 6,000x, 8,000x, 9,000x. These numbers are nearly impossible to believe. And the only way you can get people to believe they're real is to tell them Bitcoin's up 6.5 millionx. So I know that 4,000 and 5,000x sounds like a lot to you, but in fact, in cryptocurrency, it isn't. And the ability for the price to appreciate is so high that you almost can't fathom it. I mean, it's like, it's insane.
Or two I have had. So I'm at the Hex conference and I get here the first day. I was expecting it to be much more lavish, given you keep hearing like people are making all this money. So I thought it was gonna be like an aspirational kind of feeling kind of conference, right? It's real low key. So I would say that might be a yellow flag. Maybe not a red flag, but a yellow flag.
Today, I want to bring it all back together of the wisdom of what we do. Some people who know my story, right? I'm from Central African Republic, grew up poor, right? I've seen the real danger of what war is about, because ultimately, the little guy gets crushed. The most important thing I want to give you guys again is get excited to onboard as many people as you can, find it in your heart, reach out to people, even those who go again and again and again and again, because it's worth it. One time, I remember I was like 14, 15 years old. It went all over the news. We literally woke up and then the currency got devalued 50% overnight. When our currency gets devalued by half, it's like all of a sudden, we have to work twice as hard just to get the same money we just got back literally just the day before. And there's nothing you can do about it, literally. It just deal with it type of situation.
You were talking about your dream account.
Yes, ma'am.
What in the world is that?
I can show it to you if you want to see.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'll show me?
Yes, ma'am. So this is one of my account here, right? It says $10 million. Now.
Kareem.
Yes.
This account has $10 million.
Yes.
10 million crypto dollars?
The value is in USD.
Just doesn't sound believable.
Nothing was ever done in the history of the world by any human being that didn't require some level of delayed gratification.
Then I spent the day talking to Hexicans, and it is clear that they love Richard. So my interviews were with very successful Hexicans. They got in early and they've gotten something huge out of it. But when I go to the conference and I see the people, I feel like desperation has a look to it. And when you're looking for just anything, you will fall for anything, And it's like the few that have been successful don't match the audience that I'm seeing, and that concerns me.
Have you ever been to like a house flipping conference? They always put the kind of the people who made a ton of money up front and be like, you could be like this person, and then everyone's just like, oh yeah, I could do that, I want that. Sounds a lot like that.
Remember earlier when we were talking, right? Let me hit refresh. In the past hour, I made $1 million. Well, my account value went up $1 million because we went up 20%. And this is the power of delayed gratification, because I'm getting more coins, and as Hex goes up in value, all the previous payments are now worth more. I didn't trade, I spent quality time with you, educating you about why I believe Hex will change your life.
I'm like the hamster. I feel like I'm a hamster in this wheel of just running, and not really getting where some of the people that I've talked to have gotten. Just to hear people say, I'm looking at a $10 million house or I bought an $80,000 car, you're like, no, not really. But yeah, they really did. So we can't do anything with it.
Yes.
We can't go out to eat. We can't go on a trip. We can't pay a bill, pay a light bill, pay a grocery bill. We can't do anything with it.
Your bills is your bills. You don't take the rent money to go and invest. That's
But
called
people
gambling.
are doing that, though,
Exactly,
right?
but they shouldn't do that.
Okay, all right,
And
keep
we
going.
don't teach that. Those are investments. They stay where they belong.
You've been studying the activities of the Hex on the blockchain, right? Why wouldn't you invest in it?
All right, so I've told you from the day one, like, the main thing I don't like about it is it does nothing.
Well, I have to take that back. Yes, it does do something. It makes people money.
I don't think that Hex is a Ponzi scheme, but Ponzi schemes also make people money until they don't. I just don't see the value. Like, I am a finance professional. What I look for is value. What is the value?
Doesn't money bring you value? You mean to tell me that if I asked you, Lamont, can I borrow $150? And you said, sure, Kelly, I'll give you $150. And I bought Hex with it, and then told you in 2 years, you know that $150 loan? I turned it into $40,000, and I'm giving it to you. Would you say to me, Kelly, I'm principled, I'm a finance professional, I'm not gonna take the money? Is that what you would say to me?
I'm not sure I would turn that down.
Okay.
So it's not so much ethics. It's more so that, like, it's also why I don't play much poker. Like, to me, like,
Isn't crypto poker now?
No, winning money playing a game, some people enjoy that. I view Hex as a game. People can make money playing games. They do that all the time. Sports betting. You're making money off of other people playing games. I'm not against all that stuff. It's just, I'm not into it. Like, I want my money to do stuff, not just to, like...
But that $40,000 I'm gonna give you, you can go do something with that.
That's where I'm saying, like, yeah, I'd have to think about it. I might not turn that down, but if I had money and I had a choice, do I want to put it in something that I think is interesting and valuable versus something that might make me money, but it just, I don't get it? Like, I still don't...
Lamont. Come on.
Richard, he's a, colorful personality, to say the least. This guy, something rubs me the wrong way, and thought he was pretty arrogant and pretty egotistical and pretty brash and a little more flamboyant than I could handle. And it was mostly because of the things he said about the projects that I liked.
You don't run a node. You are the bitch of the actual pool that runs a node, and they decide what the consensus rules are.
I was like yelling at the top of my, standing in my chair, fuck this guy. Yeah, this guy's fucking, who does this guy think he is? I was upset. And so I straight up blocked him. My first hearing of Bitcoin, I was on a forum. They said, hey, if you turn on your graphics card while you're not playing games, you make about $3 to $4 a day. Just out of nowhere, I've got, in 10 days, I got $30 in my wallet or whatever of these coins. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is crazy. I was immediately hooked. Being able to build supercomputers with multiple graphics cards, that kind of thing interested me. So next thing I know, I've got 3 graphics cards and 2 different computers running in my room. There's something here. We've got something here. This could be something that if I made this into a business, I could do something that I love, building computers and running software. That's the dream, So I wrote up a business plan. I was driven, so I didn't stop there. I found 2 friends of mine, and I was like, let's build a business together. He's like, let's work out a deal. And he, very blasé in his way, was like, is $500,000 enough? And I was like, indeed it is, sir. Indeed it is. But he lived up in Chicago. It is cold there, and that's great for mining. And my grandma lives up there too. So I went to my grandma and I said, hey, can I use your basement to start running some mining hardware?
When you first asked me about using the basement for some of your machines, I thought, he knows what he's doing. And then you said, I'm going to pay you to use the shelves. I said, what? This is unbelievable.
And in my business plan, I was expecting to be able to break even or at least pay off the note within about 2 years.
Crypto is not a one-way train up. You know, there's a lot of people who make a lot of money, and usually those are the people on social media who are waving their hands and they want to tell everyone. But there's a lot of stories of loss too.
Slightly after that, like right around that time, the markets were just like crashing everywhere. Mining was no longer economically viable. The price did not support running the equipment. You were paying much more in electricity than you were making monthly in coins. I realized that I had to have a conversation with my wife and my business partner. I went and saw my friend who had given me the line of credit. And I told him, bro, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'd probably lost, you know, close to 75%. He was like, I didn't invest in cryptocurrency. I invested in you. I invested in you, and I want you to put your nose to the grindstone and keep working at this. I think you will figure it out. It, you know, re-energized me enough to where I realized I needed to step outside of my echo chamber. So I started to unblock several people that I hadn't liked on Twitter. And one clip after another, it was like painful recognition that I was very wrong and this guy was very right.
So you want to get rich. I'm going to tell you a little something about money. In this world, you don't see the richest people doing things with their time and getting paid hourly.
I think Hexagons don't love me for my $1 million Rolex or roughly $1 million of Bulgari high fashion jewelry. I think they love me because I predict the future like a prophet. I basically have predicted so many things in cryptocurrency and in markets. I called it when Bitcoin went from $20,000 to $3,000. I called it when Bitcoin went down from $65,000 to $17,000. Most of the reason that I've been interviewed on Fox News and RT Television and other news programs is not because of the products I've created, but because of the price predictions that I've made that have become true.
I called the top on the day. Everyone else told you Bitcoin was going to 100,000. I told you it was going down to 10,000.
There are more complex projects, lots more complex projects. Hex is 3,000 some odd lines of code. It's really not that complex of even a coding piece. But the relationships that are in it and the way that the system is self-balancing is dramatically different than anything else that had existed before it. It monetizes the time value of money. I mean, it finds a way to take the one thing that works in personal development, in financial investments, in most other things in life, and monetizes it, and that's delayed gratification. I mean, it is delayed gratification in a smart contract.
No one has ever locked up their money for as long. If you buy a bond or a T-bill or a house, you can sell it. But if you lock up your Hex for 15 years, you cannot sell it. Do what you said you're gonna do. You said you're gonna do it for this long, you better do it that long, or you're gonna pay penalties to the others that did. The price chart of a T-share, which means 1 trillion shares, so it's basically shares of Hex. They get all of the inflation, they get all of the interest. So the price of a T-share only goes up and can only go up forever. It can never go down. Now, the US dollar price goes up and down based on the value of Hex, but the price of a T-share in Hex terms only goes up forever. Now, why is that? Because that's how we simulate compounding interest. Compounding interest means that the person that got in longer gets more, and the person that gets in later gets less, because this guy's thing has been growing the whole time. And so we could either keep writing to the database, paying rewards to the thousands of people that have stakes, and murdering the database. Or we could perform the same math inverted and raise the share price for the new guys, so the new guys get less, and so the old guys stay static in the number of shares they have, and the new guys get less shares. And so we have a share price chart that only goes up forever, and that is awesome for on-ramping new users.
I have a good friend who paid a lot of attention to me early on and put in 3,500 bucks, and he's sitting at 4 million right now. I mean, I've personally been able to help at least more than 10 people achieve their own financial freedom.
Let's get some meetup action going here. Hey everyone, let's have Hexagon meetup in Copenhagen. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. works great. I'll let you know the location on the day. Please respond here if you are coming. So we got people saying, one of my favorite cities. Woo! We will be there, 5 to 7 people, says this guy. I love you, meetup means pump, lol. It's pretty good. Every hexagon I've met, it's been awesome. We've done a lot of meetups. We did a meetup in Warsaw, we did a meetup in Prague, Paris, Zurich.
Unavailable. Yeah, it should be because it's not live.
I put out these requests, like, hey, you guys want to come meet up? You don't know how many people are going to show up. We got one of their rooms in the hotel, and then 150 people showed up. So we filled up the first room, and then we filled up the next room, and then there were no rooms left because of fire laws. And then there was people just out in the streets.
Human luggage gives speech.
When we went outside to do the photo, they were really like, Richard, Richard, Richard. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know.
How's it going out there, everybody? Welcome, welcome, everybody. So who here is a hexagon? Any hexagons here? Who here is from really far away? Do we have anyone that came from like a really long distance?
Los Angeles.
Wow, that's gonna be a winner right there. That's a long swim.
I think Richard is a bit of a narcissist. You know, people like him, they like to hear themselves talk. They're very infatuated with their own persona.
It's so nice to see all you guys. We got 2 live streams now. We're streaming on my channel. You guys got any questions out there?
I use the internet every day. Why haven't I heard about Hex before today?
All right. Well, that's a great question. That is a great question. I spend most of my waking time shilling on Twitter as hard as I can, so it's definitely not my fault. A tangential answer, which might help you. There are people that, as a mission, try to starve people of the information that Hex exists. They consider Hex a threat to their livelihood. YouTube influencers will never say anything nice about Hex because they can't make money on it because there's no margin trading for it. The only threads that you're allowed to hear about in Reddit are ones that are counter Hex or counter me, hateful threads only. You're not allowed to say anything positive about Hex at all, or you will literally just have your comments deleted and you'll be banned, which is crazy to me because we won.
Hello, Richard. My name is Stefan.
Hey, Stefan.
I work for the Ministry of Finance and the Economic Agency.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, don't worry.
He's here to take it all from us.
I'm here in a private matter. Unfortunately, I guess.
There is technological progress happening here. All the currencies in the world are digital. Our currency just has a better known future issuance rate. Go ahead.
My question is very short.
So are you, sir. So are you.
If I have 10,000 Hex,
okay,
how long time take me to be rich?
There is this kind of sense of like, I have to be a cult leader in order to build a cult following. But for serious people who actually look at this as an investment and they're standing back and trying to evaluate it, like that is sending all the wrong signals.
And to tell you the truth, if you go out, you should come with me sometime to the bar. I like going to bars. I like meeting people. I like saying, hey, how's it going? You know, where are you from? All that. You bust out the I'm rich, they don't like it. I swear to God, they don't like it. You gotta find artful, humble brag ways to be like, you know, I was at the car dealer yesterday. Please ask me which dealer, please. Come on, do it.
How high do you think Hex will ever come?
I look at the chart and I see that it just goes up and to the right, but it's not curving down. It's going up and to the right and then curving up as well. We are in the highest appreciating asset class in the world, and we are in the best version of all these assets. So I believe that it can do numbers that feel weird saying them.
So cults are just messed up and they are never a good idea. Now, the problem is you mix a cult and money, finance, and investing, and I think things get even worse. Because you're basically convincing people to put their trust in you. They start doing whatever you say, and you say, buy, 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 hold, 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 and pretty soon you've got a whole community working together. But as soon as someone steps back and says, wait a second, what are we all doing here? What is this thing that we're investing in? Then people are gonna start peeling off, and suddenly the cult starts to get a little shaky. The cult leader is gonna yell louder and louder, try and amp them up more and more. But all it takes is a few people waking up where other people are gonna start following them, and suddenly the cult breaks down, and you know, those stories never end well.
Everything I have worked for all my life is staked in Hex.
Good. Who wants to take me in a picture? You guys, let's do a group one first.
Can we get the girls in the middle, maybe?
I just appear like a narcissist. The problem with being really smart and effective and successful is that if you list the truth about yourself, it sounds terrible. Hi, I'm Richard Hart. I have a 145 IQ, and I'm rumored to be a billionaire. And I have $10 million of watches and $3 million of cars. And you're just like, it sucks. Like, nobody wants to hear all that.
You can't really get to know a new crypto without understanding the founder.
I think this place is kick ass. If it was darker here, my bags would look cooler.
You know, going to meet Richard in Spain, that was just necessary to understand how all this works.
I'm not even sure this is a house, man. This is too cool to just be called a house, I think.
It's great to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
My name is Kelly Richmond Pope, and Lamont and I, we actually are colleagues at DePaul.
That's crazy.
So, you know, as a university professor, like, I believe in this stuff, and I
Nice.
think this is the future.
Okay.
I think part of what we're trying to figure out is how does Hex fit into that ecosystem?
Oh, sure, easy. Here's the benefits. Do you want to get rich? You wake up in the morning, you go to your job, you get paid because you like money, right? Most people have that relationship with money. They sacrifice their time for money. It's normal. So if you found a way to get more money without sacrificing all your time, relationships, freedom, it would be nice to do. Only goes up.
So the utility is just do
To
you
get
wanna
rich.
That's it. That's your utility. Do you
Now
wanna
look, I could give you other utility, but let's be serious. People don't care about that.
I believe that in speculation, the primary measurement by which you know you're going to get rich or not is how many people know about it now and how many people will know about it in the future. And even if you're buying something that's garbage, that metric of, oh, other people want this garbage too, because for price, the technology isn't what's moving the numbers around. If you look at a price chart, the only thing a price chart actually cares about is people buying and holding, and everything else is a story people tell you.
I think of Bitcoin and other crypto often as a digital currency, Hex as a certificate of deposit. So a traditional CD is a certificate of deposit. It's just a way that people save money at a bank. Now, the real benefit of a CD is that the bank has the money and that the bank can then use that money. You're bringing in deposits and then you're using those to make loans. And so the utility is how that money is being used. That's what I don't, that's what I don't, just, this is my, that's what I don't get with Hex. The money isn't being used. Like, what is the utility?
It's hidden. It's virtual lending. So when you lock up your funds and deprive yourself of the ability to utilize those funds, where does that energy go? The energy goes to the people that can dump the price, that have liquid Hex. When you lock your coins, you are virtually lending their value to all the people that did not lock their coins, and they can reap the rewards of that benefit.
Prices only go up if demand goes up with it. Now, granted, every investment is kind of like that, but the question is, where is that future demand going to come from? It's not creating anything new. There's no interesting ideas beyond just this staking mechanism. And so that future demand is only going to come from marketing. It's only going to work if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right. Yes.
And right now, Hex is working because there's enough believers, there's enough Hexicans. I'm going to lock, you're going to lock. All right, we're all going to be golden. As soon as that kind of confidence and community, it's going to go to zero.
That's right,
How many of the Hexicans realize that if the music stops, they're sitting on nothing?
They all know that because I'm the only guy that tells you the truth about crypto. It all drops 85% all the time.
Hex.
Everything.
Including
Hex dropped 80% a couple weeks ago, and it dropped 86% when it launched, and it's dropped over 75% like 6 or 7 times in the 2 years that it existed. Those are opportunities. When someone buys the top and sells the bottom, they lock in their loss, and where do you think their money goes? It goes to the people that bought the bottom and sold the top. Finance, in general, is a mechanism by which the impatient give their money to the patient. It's not all fun and games. You're gonna have volatility. And sometimes it's gonna be real hard. Hexicans that have made the most money have also sat through the most dips. The beautiful thing about staking is that you not only get the price performance, but then it multiplies the price performance.
Would you agree that to some people that sounds like a Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
That you're incentivizing people to pull money off the market? If we can just get enough people who do this, that'll pump the price.
You know what? I think you just described a 401k. You just described a 401k. Hold on a second. The government has a preferential tax treatment for people that delay gratification and instead of spending their money, invest it in stuff that sucks and has terrible gains. And has a lot of scams. I heard about Enron. I heard it was a scam. SEC approved scam.
Well, Thanos actually was just.
I heard about Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff apparently was the chairman of NASDAQ. A scam. Uh-oh, wait a second. Apparently legacy finance with garbage gains and garbage hours, and it's a scam. Uh-oh. What if we take all of that scam crap, we get rid of it, and we put everything on chain and make it open and obvious and 100% uptime?
I just want
Lots of coins.
I want this to be easy. I want this to be easy. And you know, like if I start a company and it goes public and people invest, they hold on to it, they make money. Why is this so complicated? Why is this so complicated?
You invest in a stock, it's because it's a company that's making money.
Like Amazon.
Hex doesn't make money. That's where I'm so kind of frustrated. It's like, what is the value? So, you know, Tesla has done incredibly well, but that doesn't mean I want to sell all my blue chips and put all my money in Tesla.
Which is why your returns suck, man.
It's like gambling. It's like
it's a bad
people like you say, yeah, go big or go home.
No, but
you know what? I think you've been lucky.
Let me tell you how many times I've been lucky. My first business was a car stereo store out of my front yard. Hired my friends. Was fine. My next business was search engine optimization. Get people first on Google. I could take a keyword you like, get you ranked on Google, #1. I've been a serial entrepreneur killing it for decades. I've had 150 employees, done 60 million a year turnover, founded multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrencies, raised $27 million for charity. You name it, I've done it. And I just keep winning over and over again. I'm a serial winner. How many self-help authors do you know that have cryptocurrencies? It's just me.
So that means I should trust.
So you've written a book?
Yeah, 2, yeah.
Published?
Well, no, that's the hard part, right?
Like, tell me why the Flash? I did a lot of research. I looked at the streams. Like, why the Flash?
With all this outrage kind of marketing stuff that I do, my numbers and metrics are going up exponentially, literally exponentially. But when I used to not do these things and be a little bit more calmly spoken, I was never truly calmly spoken, and I used to dress a little less crazy, but it was still crazy. You have to punch through the noise. There's 1 million people with YouTube channels. How am I gonna get you to watch mine instead of somebody else's?
See, all they do, they stop at looking at Richard Hart and his Gucci bags. They stop at looking at Pink Mohawk. They stop at looking at guys that act like pirates. They stop at all that stuff, and they don't realize what we've been talking about and what we've been doing here. All the information is there. We've been telling you what this is. It's better money. It's better than the dollar. It's better than gold. It's better than Bitcoin. But you know what? People won't dig into it enough to understand what that is.
But if
Ringleader.
But if Hex is so great,
why do you need to do that?
I don't have to
do this.
I don't have to.
Then why are you doing it?
I could die and Hex would do amazingly well.
Then why are you dressing like this?
I'm in this for glory, man. That's all I care about.
Money.
I'm not in this for more money.
For your glory?
Yes,
your glory.
my glory. I want to be better than every other cryptocurrency founder that's ever existed, which I might currently be. I want to have the best community. I want to have the best website. I want to have the best financial products. I want to have the best chart. I want all these things.
Why are all these things important to you?
I did everything else. I retired at the age of 25, lived in a hotel for 5 years, traveled the world, played video games, blew a decade of my life.
Why is it important to you?
I want to feel loved. Don't you guys want to feel loved? Everybody wants to feel loved, right?
But
my community.
Does love depend on performance?
Yes.
You have to do something great to be loved?
Yep. It's disproportionately rewarding.
That's kind of sad.
Who's the fastest man in the world? Usain Bolt, right? Who's the second fastest man in the world?
I don't know if he is.
Who's the second fastest man? Nobody knows. Why? Because #1 got all the love.
Some of your followers are taking money out of the stock market, putting it all in Hex. I'm not sure they understand the risk that they're taking.
So
I could lose all of my life savings.
You could go to zero. You could lose everything.
It's hard enough for me to trust like a wealth management advisor. Their whole job is to get to know me and understand me so then I will trust them with my money. Like he exudes none of those characteristics.
I want this to be clear. He tried to call me a scammer because he thinks I'm... hold on, just listen. He said that I was misrepresenting the risk profile and the volatility of Hex. There's nobody more honest in cryptocurrencies than me. You're lucky it works at all.
I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.
Everybody wants to be a part of something. And I think when you become part of that, you believe in whatever that mission is of that organization. It's hard to make easy money. I'm gonna start a new list.
Yeah.
Tell me why I should trust you. I don't want any stories. I don't want any tangents. I just want a list. Okay,
and not
so
a
you
single
have
human being has
hold
ever
on,
said
you have past experience.
that I did them harm. Never. Nobody. Ever.
Okay, so you have past experience.
Yeah.
Why else should I trust you?
I have a clean background history.
Like if I did a background check kind of thing?
Yeah, go do it. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, this feels like a dating profile. I like animals.
It sort of is.
Here's the thing.
Tell me, watch I trust you. Watch I trust you.
I don't want you to get into the habit of trusting men. Cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of what you're asking me for. You should not use as a proxy for your own due diligence someone else's confidence. It's not a good habit.
From the surface, it does look like a bunch of bullshit. This whole crypto space, Hex, Richard, us, the whole community. Sometimes we look like a bunch of damn fools. We do. The one thing that I do know is that deep down, Richard, deep down myself, deep down this community, we all believe in what we're doing. And we know what it means to the world. And I know there's a lot of stuff on the surface that doesn't look legit or professional or any of that. But I think those are the things that have changed the world the most, is the misfits. And that's who we are.
The leather roof is pretty nice.
How's it going, everybody? Richard Hart here. Brand new exciting news coming in. We just hit 22.2 cents, which is a new all-time high for Hex.com. Dual clutch?
Dual clutch, yeah.
Nice. So if I want to pay you in crypto for this, what's the time delay? You put in $1 on January 5th of last year and staked it, you could have $4,000, $6,000 now. And this is real money. We're seeing people selling a lot of their Hex gains, a lot of their interest, to buy exciting stuff. So we see people buying Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, Maybachs, houses, paying off student loans. Hex just made another new all-time high today. It might actually be the highest performing asset ever invented. That was what I designed it to do, and it's doing it. I'm very happy about it. And I'm telling you that the vibe and the energy and the excitement around Hex right now is even stronger, even greater than it was when Bitcoin was at its beginning. Hex logo with Hex.com at the bottom. I'm here to show my bags, you know. I want to change the world, and I can only do that if people participate.
He's good at it. And then there's us. He's so bad. He's just kicking. Get down, Archie. Archie, get down.
What's up, baby?
Oh, I mean, today's price is up, finally. Holy.
She doesn't look at the internet, does she?
Oh, yeah, I mean, she sees it every day. She knows exactly where we're at. She's got a big fat I told you so right now on her face. Okay, go. Oh, those hands are beautiful.
And I didn't even influence that.
Listen, the whole thing's an influence from you, but I like the influence.
It's gonna work, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is the one. Just relax, ride the wave.
310.
6 months, 8 months max, you guys are gonna be in a completely different place.
That's the words that I keep spitting, and I believe them. It's just getting her on board, you know? I mean,
Forget it, dude. She ain't gonna get on board.
That's why I pulled the trigger, you know what I mean? Like at the end.
My wife never got on board.
At the end of the day, it's my responsibility to like get it done, you know what I mean? And so.
Yeah, but look, it's like this. Until there's a new car in the driveway, the bills are paid, and the house is out from underwater, they don't care what you say about your crypto thing. Hex is going to be the new cryptocurrency. We'll take over the market. There isn't anything else out there that's worth the shit, and we're going to change the world.
Love you, bro.
Love you, baby.
That's why they have a school there. There's two schools. Some gymnasts and they're scheduled to go to public school.
Yeah.
To study Hex and really understand how it works, but also how it trades in a market, you know, talking to Clay would be super helpful.
I think it's important for people to know what's happening. I think it's important to have a view of what's occurring in the space. And I think it's also important to document the shenanigans and the outliers. Richard is an interesting guy. The first time I saw him, he was wearing a top hat.
I'll tell you a little something about money.
Richard is top hat guy. There's RG3's pirate guy. There's a lot of affectations and theatrics, and I think it makes the space interesting and fun. You know, I kind of think of Richard Hart as like the Donald Trump of crypto. You can't look away.
I like to be extreme, so it's easy for me to get banned places.
What Hex has is really cultural risk. Richard has told the world to go fuck themselves. And his followers are now telling the world to go fuck themselves. And when you take that approach, it's really hard to get mainstream adoption.
I mean, investors I talk to, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about Hex, like we're not gonna touch that. And sometimes it's not the due diligence, it's not the research, it's just the optics and perception.
I think it's a clear example of like what got you here won't get you there. So I think when they were kind of clawing themselves up from the primordial soup, when they were going from nothing to create these insane gains, that kind of culture absolutely brought them together, led them to believe in what they're doing, got them to stake for really long periods. And so they've been incredibly reinforced for this type of behavior. But now it's what's gatekeeping them, right? Now it's what's keeping them from going to the very next level. Before uninstalling the Nomics app, make sure that you leave a scathing 1-star review for hypocritical sellout recruits to gatekeeping misinformation. They have shown themselves for all the filthy whores that they are and deserve all the damage they have coming their way. Okay, like uninstall us, that's fine. Like I get tweets like this from them all the time. The next one. Hex has 100% uptime, and they're responding to the Polygon network going down and Solana going down. So they're talking about Hex has 100% uptime. Almost every single ERC20 token has 100% uptime, and that's due to the strength of the Ethereum blockchain. Why are you taking credit for this? The Bitcoin site went down, bitcoin.org, and they're like, Hex has 100% uptime. So you're comparing a website on completely different infrastructure with a blockchain that you guys don't even run, and you're taking credit for it? It's absolutely absurd. I feel like I could tweet that like the taco truck down the street is like went out of business, and they'd be like, Hex users unaffected. What are you talking about, you know?
So I've got a colleague, Kelly Richmond Pope, and she's a fraud investigator. I mean, this is what she does. Yep. I think we should kind of hear some of her questions.
My question to you is, you review the data, but you don't offer an opinion around the quality of the asset. Is that what you said?
Right. Yes. We don't want to be a ratings agency. We don't want to be in the business of, I mean, we list 40,000 assets, and we're adding sometimes hundreds per day. There simply is not the bandwidth to audit every single one of these tokens. And our number one goal is to index the entire space as quickly as possible and to leave nothing out.
Including scams?
Including scams, absolutely.
Clay, can I do a quick little speed round of, you can only say one word.
Okay.
Okay. Hex, scam or not?
Not.
Richard Hart, fraudster or not?
Not.
Hexicans, cult or not?
Cult.
Okay.
I think it's a technically sound project, and my issues as a Hex investor, although I don't identify as a Hexican, my issues are not with the technical underpinnings of the product. It's not with the economic underpinnings of the product. It's the centralization of ownership of the asset in the OA.
When Hex was invented, there was an origin address that got half of the supply. It got it by, getting a portion of this, that, and the other, but in the end, it ended up with half of the supply.
But the problem is, what is in that origin address, who controls the origin address, and how is that origin address going to be used through the life of that token?
But I just want to mention the fucking thing ain't never sold no coins, man. So like, you guys can all fuck it all you want, but it never sold anything.
So Hex is built on decentralized infrastructure. There's no question about it. The infrastructure, the technology that runs Hex is decentralized. However, the ownership of the Hex asset is highly centralized. with the OA owning around 90% at any given time. So the risk that hex holders are taking, which might be a fine risk, we don't know how this is going to play out, but the risk that they're taking, so the hex OA could sell the whole ecosystem down to zero in a matter of hours if they wanted to. So this is something called the hex audit. It just goes into what's happening with the OA and a number of other things. So here's the OA ownership right now. It sits at 88.19% according to the assumptions made by this spreadsheet. So only 11.81% of hex is owned by users. What's really interesting is when you dig into the OA, I think it exposed a lot of things that should be known about hex, but I don't think most hexicans wanted people to know about hex. There are all of these addresses right here that have received funds from the OA which have never been moved. Why was most of the hex sent to these sub-addresses? Who has these sub-addresses? Why were they created? What was the purpose in creating them? Was it obfuscation? Was it to make ownership more look more decentralized than it really is? Why are the balances in all of them roughly the same? Why did the money move to them at roughly the same time? Why would you go through all this trouble to do this on a transparent blockchain? If anyone, like if an IRS auditor looked at what the OA had done, it would look like someone was trying to launder money. Like there's just a lot of complicated stuff that's happening there.
This looks like obfuscation.
I can't come up with a single well-intentioned reason for doing this, no matter how much I game this out in my head. This doesn't look right to me. I would hate for my life savings to be dependent upon me speculating about his psychology and what he's going to do or not do.
But this idea of concentrated ownership, I think, to me is the biggest red flags. You know, good kings are more efficient than democracies.
Right.
But bad kings are incredibly evil and much worse than democracy. And so democracy is messy and difficult and inefficient, but it protects us against bad kings. So far, Richard has been a good king to the Hexican kingdom. I'm interested in crypto because it's trustless.
Yeah.
I don't want to become a crypto investor based on trust in a single person.
Everything that comes new into the world, it benefits certain people more than other people. So for instance, when Bitcoin was invented, a guy named Satoshi, he got like 1 million coins. The same way that every other founder of every other thing got a huge portion of the ownership of the thing. Would you prefer that someone not own any of the thing they invented? Do you think a company works better when people actually own part of it, or when they don't give a darn about the company's performance at all? They're just there to get a paycheck. If you align incentives and you get the people that can make things better to actually own a part of the thing, you know, the most successful companies in the world have owners and managers that own parts of the thing. Elon Musk owns part of Tesla. Jeff Bezos owns part of Amazon. And Mark Zuckerberg owns part of Facebook. And those have been very, very good performing assets.
Hello ladies, welcome to the Côte d'Azur. Enjoy.
You guys may not realize this, but we're actually building a future. There's a lot of people right now, they're gonna be wildly wealthy, wildly happy, wildly fulfilled in about a year, year and a half, but they just don't realize it yet. Because we built something that's unstoppable. Somebody invented the first currency backed by nothing. Somebody invented the first cryptocurrency. Somebody invented the first time deposit. Somebody invented the internet. These things will go on forever. And luckily enough, you know, I invented something amazing, and now we all get to live better lives because of it, whether I live or die. Hex is like a car, and Ethereum is like a road. And when a bunch of people want to drive their car on the road at the same time, it gets filled up. And then if you introduce fees to try and give people a reason to drive at different times, it sucks because then people have to pay the fees. And so how do you make more space on the road so more people can drive their cars, create new roads? And so PulseChain is a new road.
Prepare yourself for what's about to come because it's going to be beautiful.
Richard Hart tweeted out today, great PulseChain.com news.
I'm going to create a copy of the Ethereum chain that will have all your coins that you've got on Ethereum on a new chain, and it's the world's largest free airdrop. So you're going to get free money on a new and open road that you can drive on whenever you want, very affordably. And that should hopefully reduce the fees for the other road too, which is the Ethereum road. Now, who are you going to give these new coins to? People that have political beliefs similar to mine. And how do we find out who has political beliefs similar to mine? We ask people to sacrifice.
So we see here that the PulseX sacrifice has started.
The much awaited, much hyped up sacrifice phase is finally here.
If you sacrifice coins to this address,
so I'm gonna do 100,000. Boom. $16,000.
Then you will get these free coins.
There are games people play to try and avoid securities law. So, you know, if you say it's sacrifice, then it sounds a little bit more like a grant versus an investment. And so that falls under a whole different set of rules.
$29.5 million.
Over 1 billion Hex tokens are sacrificed.
We almost got like $660 million sacrificed.
It's a win-win-win for everybody.
What? I mean, like, it's gone right here. I mean, in Hex, there's $600 right here. Well, on this investment, did 100,000. It's not here, but it's, you know, going to a bigger, better place.
In a Gucci bag?
No. We took this and sacrificed into the new coins.
We were running up to $1. We were at 50-something cents. And then we all started sacrificing for these different projects that Richard had. And then all of a sudden, the rug got pulled out from the whole crypto space, and it just started tanking and tanking and tanking and tanking.
Crypto obviously right now getting crushed.
Erasing more than $200 billion from the entire
Investors
market.
Getting jolted by volatility rippling through the crypto
Fearing
world.
they could lose it all.
And I don't know what in the world's going on.
Everything's crashing. This is what happens in the space. It's part and parcel of the entire history of cryptocurrencies. Take any crypto assets and you will see huge run-ups and huge dips.
You start at 100,000 and you think, okay, maybe I'll drop to like 75, and then you go to 80. But like when you go from $100,000 to $594.
But it's not like we have 594 because we put it all into the other, you know, the other coins, and so like it's technically still all there.
Richard is smart enough that he did this and your hands are clean. Like you did it willingly. And there's no repercussion for him because you did what he said with no question.
I'm not the only one that, I mean, you can fool a couple people, but I mean, can you fool that many?
That hasn't been easy. You know, I have had to tell my wife that, you know, things aren't what they were a few months ago. You know, champagne dreams and caviar wishes are not there right now.
The neighbors say, oh, he's doing his thing again. You know, because he'll open the windows and I'm like, shh. And then he's got the headset on and he's like ultra loud.
Ahoy, DeFi pirates! Hexagons.
And then our neighbors came out and they're like, we saw you on YouTube the other night. And it's like, oh my God.
Feeling fired up, bro. I mean, it's getting close-ish. And it's every day, it's an inch closer, an inch closer. For years, all they saw was me coming home at night and leaving early in the morning in the dark. And then all of a sudden now there's this guy at home yelling and screaming in his room.
Wearing a costume.
Wearing a costume, wearing a pirate costume, so. Yeah, so it's,
Let's go!
Good to see you, man. Real good to see you. Woo, look who's here.
How are you? Oh my gosh.
In crypto, if you buy the wrong thing, you lose all your money. If you buy the right thing, you get rich beyond your wildest dreams. PulseChain was designed to enrich Ethereans, enrich hexagons, save the environment, and for people that may hold the ticker, perhaps get really, really rich on a new ticker symbol that never existed before.
He seems to have a lot of answers about the crypto world, but at the same time, like, a big guy can take from the little guy. And if I say the right words that make me sound smart enough, you'll follow along. You'll believe me.
Raspberry Goose.
Raspberry Goose.
So Pulse is going to bring out a whole new ecosystem, a whole new, just a mass of products are going to come out on top of this thing. That's why I'm going on tour and start talking to people about it. But strategies, as far as what we're going to do right now, is we're going to hold. We're just going to hold.
I think this whole thing with launching Pulse and the sacrifice, it's just, Hex has had a nice run. How do we build the next thing so that we can spin the wheel one more time?
This is a scam. This is a facade. Like, whatever.
We thought maybe 6 months to a year out.
I mean, yeah.
And now we've ended up waiting 2 years.
Hex is a token built on a blockchain, and PulseChain is a blockchain. So building a blockchain is a lot harder. That's probably why it's taken them so long to get this thing launched.
You're my boy. I came to you late. I already got this to you late. And then when you did get in, it was the top. Yeah, made mistakes.
To Ramey's benefit, I think one of the best things about her is the trust.
He's never just gonna sit still behind a desk for the next 50 years and just do the same thing every day. But at the same time, we didn't need to dump the entire amount into something at once.
But when she sees like real banks failing, in her mind that she has perfect trust in, she then thinks, should we get our money and put it somewhere, or what should we do?
The banks are failing, yes. But at the same time, there's been so many people right now in the crypto world that have been scammed or lost so much. It's riskier to put it in crypto, I feel like, right now than it is to put in the bank.
Ramey needs to know that it's not fake internet quarters. She needs to know that it's a viable option for her and her family to go out and utilize, and for her kids one day to set up their own retirement plans in, and for you and her to put your nest egg in, and it's safe, because it is safe.
I don't want to look like a fool and bawl. I'll just let Mike do that. He has to live in his own shame. And I don't know, at the end of the day, I get to be right. So, I mean, that's a win. How often is the wife right?
Hello everybody, it's Richard Hart here. I just wanted to let you know that the PulseChain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
We lost, baby! PulseChain is live. I'm rich, bitch! Millionaire, bitch!
How exciting! Oh my God!
Let's fucking go!
It's here, folks. It's finally here.
Do you see us? You see us now?
Thank you so much, Richard.
And I am the captain, your captain, and now PulseChain kabazillionaire.
100,000x, motherfucker!
I'm officially retired, just like that.
I saw my kids' faces, and I could see a bright future ahead of them. Thanks to what you have done.
He says that he wants to kind of like change the world and make people better off.
I put my money into crypto and my hands are still empty. There has been no reward. From where I've sat, it's only been down, which is horrible.
Oh, the frame, my God. That's beautiful. That's really great. That is exactly the style that I love, man.
Ultimately, it's all about his glory and his personal gain. That's how egocentric people work.
Because they think he's God. They think he's amazing. And they'll do anything he says.
People watch what I do, and people think it's a cult.
It seems like, on one hand, he's here for legend, he's here to save the world, he's here to make a bunch of millionaires. And then on the other hand, it seems like some of this is just a large performance art project.
Everything is getting worse, and the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
There are a lot of people who talk about crypto for good and why we're doing these things. He's in it to make money.
He has created a character, almost like he's acting in a play.
I have made and lost more money than most people will ever make. I've forgotten more things than most people will ever learn. Cheers to making the future a better place.
He's like a DJ. He's like spinning the records.
Ching, ching, motherfucker!
People are dancing.
Coming your way, motherfucker!
And when people are having a good time, the party's rocking, the price is rising.
But this is just icing on the cake. Yeah.
He's definitely an outlier.
But he can't do this forever, because humans are not God. Humans are just people keeping the show going.
If these things are so easy and they happen so often to people, why aren't more people doing it?
Guy is a salesman. Parties are fun, but parties ebb and flow, and at some point, the music's gonna stop.
It's hard for people to understand where I'm coming from in my life because my cup is so full.
I just think Richard's gotta be tired. All the time on the computer, all the time streaming.
I'm the best human being in cryptocurrency.
I have nothing against Richard, but he can't do this forever.
I just don't think it's there yet.
I made a cryptocurrency that went up 1,000,000%.
I'm right over and over and over and over again, and I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to catch on.
This is the future. We saw photographs become digital. And when Instagram sold to Facebook, it was worth more than Kodak was.
There's a whole world out there. I think crypto is part of it. I think it's the future of it, but it's not gonna replace everything else.
We saw music go digital, and Spotify is worth far more than any other traditional old school music company is now. It's inevitable that money becomes digital, jumps on the back of Moore's Law, and goes exponential. And that genie's out of the bottle, and there's no taking it back.
The cryptocurrency's not going away, ever. And at some point, the people that you met that you thought were crazy loon birds, they're gonna be in the 1%, and they're gonna be the people that own half of everything.
Every time you turn around, somebody has schemed somebody out of their money. Why not this one?